Thank you, Dr. Monahan, for that introduction. I'll be speaking on where we have been. This might be coming a little late, but I think we're actually going to graduate, guys. I know it's always seemed far away, but now there's nothing left to do but walk across the stage, shake some hands, and move your tassel to the other side. Yes, today is the day. We are finally young adults, many of whom are about to go off on our own. A frightening concept, considering some of us were still taking care of our senior obligations and physically picking up our cap and gown mere hours before today's ceremony. Nevertheless, we're all prepared to make our way in the world. For me, with this newfound revelation that we are going to graduate has come a lot of retrospective thought on what that signifies. When talking with parents and other adults, one phrase has come up far too often. They'll say that graduation means we've made it through the classwork, survived the drama, beat the odds, and weathered every storm that's come our way. The summation of these points is survival. Basically, we survived the homework, we survived the drama, we survived everything else we faced in high school. Congratulations, we did it! We survived. For many graduating classes, I would say it is true that this is the extent of graduation. For any average high school featured in any average Disney Channel original movie, this description fits perfectly. But for us, the Glenbard West class of 2017, I couldn't disagree more. We didn't merely survive high school. We thrived in it and lived it to its fullest capacity. There's not a single moment of our high school lives that I can think of where we, as a class, barely scraped by, rather than conquering and surpassing all expectation. Seriously, I can't think of just one. Just look to our athletics. We didn't put up a good fight and barely pull out a win. We dominated. From track to gymnastics to volleyball, and of course, to the almighty hitters. We dominated not just on the Glenbard West field, but in the state. We didn't give up when we were down by a staggering amount of points going into the fourth quarter, and we didn't just win tournaments on our home turf. We strove and conquered our way to state titles year after year, and brought a reputation of winning to Glenbard West. This isn't just limited to Dushan, though. We exemplify excellence in our activities just as well. Over 4 years, we've had outstanding vocalists, instrumentalists, speakers, mathletes, writers, speakers, and musicals be recognized by the state of Illinois. We don't just engage in activities because they're fun or application boosters. We strive for perfection. Whether that's in picking up the French horn for an extra hour of practice or rewriting that speech just one more time, we own our passions. This is what I think the class of 2017 is truly about. We don't settle for anything. Whether that's a less than desirable grade in A-Push or a lack of pajama day in the homecoming spirit week, we pave our own paths and shape the world the way we want to see it. It hasn't always been that way, though, since day one. Think all the way back, almost 4 years ago, to those very first few weeks here in the castle. Quite honestly, as most freshmen can be out of the gate, we were incredibly unadjusted. We stressed about every little assignment, we couldn't find our way around the massive school, and don't get me started on the stress that that wacky bell schedule caused all of us. We were nowhere close to the people we are today. We settled and got by, surviving high school as the days ticked by. The question is, what happened that transformed us into the people we are today, who do so much more than just survive? On one side of the spectrum, it was Glenbard West itself. We may not know it yet, but our castle on the hill is something truly special. As we know, Glenbard West is built on pride, excellence, and almost 100 years of tradition. This is something that almost no other school in the world can brag about, and also one of the reasons we are the powerful class that we are. For nearly a century, Glenbard West has been instilling in its staff the same ideas of excellence which they hope we will one day learn. Our teachers and mentors over the past 4 years are held to a certain standard far more intensely than any other high school. They exemplify how to thrive. They work extra hours, write countless recommendations, and go above and beyond the call of duty of your average teacher, all for us. They show us what thriving looks like and what it can do. Without the incredible teachers sitting around us today, we wouldn't be half the students we are, but we also wouldn't be half the people we are. Although Glenbard West was instrumental in shaping our class to be something that defies expectation, we can't take all the credit. There is some internal spark within all of us that transformed us from settlers of expectation to setters of expectation. We changed ourselves. I believe this because of what I think has been the one constant for our class throughout all 4 years: resilience. We've always had the innate ability as a group to be knocked down over and over, yet always stand back up. We see it in athletes coming back to football injury after injury, kids continuing to audition despite not making shows, and even in students trying harder and retaking tests after getting low grades. As a class, we don't take no for an answer, and we can't be held down. That spark, combined with the fuel of Glenbard West, has made us into the blazing inferno that sets standards rather than meets them. Of course, how do we know this is all true? I could stand up here for weeks rambling about what I think we've done as a class and why we're amazing, but I'm not really credible. I'm only one person who's been on the inside of everything that is our class. The people who can really affirm who we are the ones we've affected the most, the underclassmen. the ones who look up to us and analyze who we are more than anyone else. Over the past month, I've asked a lot of underclassmen what they think of us. Shockingly, they don't hate us. Actually, they had a lot of thoughts to share. The class of 2017 is very outgoing, and they paved the way for the freshmen. There's always someone to have as a role model. The class of 2017 is beyond welcoming and enthusiastic. The class of 2017 has stepped up and become leaders. They've set so many examples in so many areas. The class of 2017 is accomplished, memorable, lively, social, active, loving, happy, talented, wise, passionate, welcoming, and extraordinary. I'll be sad when they leave. This is the legacy we leave behind today. One where the kids below us, the kids who we could have ignored, pushed around, or sold elevator passes to, admire our strength and will be sad as we depart. In my mind, that is the truest sense of thriving in high school. As a closing thought, I hope we all carry that unique strength with us, and remember the thoughts of the underclassmen as we are scattered around the globe next year. Because every member of the Glenbard West class of 2017 has proven they have the power to not just skim through life, but rather to soar through it. Now, before I conclude, let's all take a moment to capture this memory in one last, absolutely epic, high school selfie. We'll do that side, and then we'll do that side first. You ready? Don't forget the choir of the band. And on stage. Got everyone? Good? Okay. Thank you for allowing me to speak today, and thank you to the class of 2017 for 4 amazing years. Congratulations.